Oh, click, we are red. All right. Yes, so Red Markets, giant game book. I believe actually the print edition is out of print. You'd have to like score them somewhere else right now.
Mhm.
But a game of economic horror where we have been hired to help protect people to work on this railroad junction um, that is important to Jed Jones and his plans for the future of the Elevation uh, Enclave. And I'm sorry, I have one thing I forgot to do to get ready for tonight. One second. All right.
What
I
is
feel
going
like
on
he's going to
here?
grab
It
a
doesn't bode
prop.
well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, he's got his business hat on.
Okay, now we're good to go.
Such a nerd. You nerd.
I love it. I love it. The market comes dressed to
Yes.
slay.
We're here. We're here for serious business.
Yes.
Let's get to it. Yes, so we have been here. We trudged through the snow. We got sidetracked at Skeeter's Treasure for 2.5 sessions. Yeah.
I mean, you know what? We got walking money. I think that's what we got there. We're like, if we had to, we could walk.
There was a significant amount of bounty that was made at Skeeter's Treasure.
Where?
Where did all this bounty come from? Like, yeah, that's
My character forgets.
Why do I hurt all over?
Yeah. What's with the tinnitus?
where did all this blood come from?
What's
Why
all
do I
this
have
strange blue
stigmata?
liquid?
Yes. Why do I have a keychain that says Winnebago? I don't. Um, yes, so we've finally made it to the actual job site after all of this here at the Garden City Industrial Rail Yard, an abandoned rail yard where there are like some trains that are still on the tracks. We went last time we were here. We were snooping around. There are some huge burnt out crude oil tanks that are here. There is a mechanical building. There is a concrete mixing plant on site that prompted a bunch of maybe pop-ups on Longbow's Ubix specs from people who are interested in that.
Yep.
A bunch of piles of gravel and stuff that would be mixed into concrete and asphalt. And there are some semis and trailers on site. As we saw at the end of last time, there is a river to the south of the rail yard here, which is helpful because casualties, water, bad combination, right? And to the north, there is a relatively shallow set of very deep woods, and then a really large McMansion Hell suburb. Still full
And our characters
of
don't
people who are left.
like Longbow is aware of that, but the rest of the characters are not, right? Because like that was that crane shot or that drone shot. The audience
Yeah,
got to
and
see
there
it,
there
but
was
the
there was
players
some
don't.
stuff that popped up, I think, on your Ubix specs that where it's like it was trying to say like, oh, I see you're on the corner of such and such because it was getting the location wrong by like
Yeah,
100 yards.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's telling me that there's a bunch of houses over there to the north, or something
Yeah.
like that, right? There's a big problem to our north.
Yes, there's an entire set of like there's definitely a defunct Twitter account out there that is mostly photos of poor design decisions that were made in creating all these houses. Like, why do they have 18 circular windows on the front of this house? Like that's and they're all at like attic level.
Yes.
You can't clean them. Can't do anything with that. What is that going to be for?
I have an idea what this suburb's based off of, and it's in Missouri. I love it. I know what this suburb's based off of because of what you just said.
This Ronaldo's put this here. This is his child.
Oh,
I love
boy.
a good Kurt Zillow listing review on TikTok. Sometimes you get them, and it's like,
I love
look at this. Look at this weird hell corner with like a mirror around all the corners so you can always see who's coming at you, I guess, for some reason. We don't really know why. Scary.
Love it.
There's a stuffed lion.
Yes, so last time we were scouting around, we were checking things out. We killed a bunch of casualties in both the asphalt plant and the mechanical building. There are semis here that we didn't really look into that much.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We should do that.
Um,
We should do that.
Wouldn't hurt. Yeah, so I think there was some talk last time about like trying to make something that was like going to be like a trap for the casualties that would be inevitably drawn by the sound of railroad cars and heavy equipment.
Right.
And I think that the actual crude oil tanks that are up there aren't necessarily something that's going to be much help to you in that regard. Because you'd have to get the crude oil from there outside to where you're kind of talking about trying to mess with stuff. And like a bunch of them have already burned, and a bunch of the ground around them, now that I have had the opportunity to actually like, read what I'm supposed to be doing, it's like you have to do athletics checks if you're going to go over there to not like start falling down and getting stuck. So
Oh, good.
just saying, there's also some semis around here. Wonder what's in those.
Yeah, I do. We should check those things.
Yes, so there are. I know we have in Discord a map of like the actual location. There's a building on there marked C. And to the south of it, there are 3 trucks that are marked E, that are in a straight line. Those are like you could fill those with gravel. They have sides, but not a top. I know there's a name for them, and I don't grasp it right
Dump
now.
buckets.
There we go. It said it in the thing too, and I just can't be bothered to read right now. Yes. So there are 3 dump bucket trucks there. That the good news is, if you got inside of them, casualties can't climb them. Right? Good information to have on hand.
Yeah.
And then a little to the east there are 3 that are angled. Those 3 all have liquid trailers. And actually, I keep getting like weird jitters in the stream in the background here. The liquid trailers all have small devices attached to them that are making noise. And they don't have snow and ice on them, and they are like not hot, but like they're lukewarm, warm to the touch.
Wait, say that again?
So
they
they're
have small machines attached to the liquid tanks. There's no snow or ice on the outside of them, and if you like touch them, it's not that they're like hot, but they are like warm, like not like towards uncomfortably warm, but not like dangerously hot to touch.
So there's some sort of warm fluid in there. Something is being kept warm in these fluid tanks.
But why?
The player knows what they are. I don't know.
Do foresight. Maybe she knows. Maybe Ash knows. Yeah.
Let me just maybe all those times being in the truck stop growing up there, she might remember what that is. What's my foresight one?
Chick-fil-A's peanut
oil.
oil.
All right.
Gotta keep it hot.
Are these trucks labeled in any way?
They're labeled with like the name of the asphalt and concrete company that's there.
It's 6 after the thing, so
okay.
Yeah, so I feel like she would like, I've seen these before. I just don't remember what's in them.
Why are they so
as
hot?
it's next to a large building that says like Johnson & Johnson concrete. Like,
yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but these aren't like cement trucks with like the drum, right? This is just like a liquid tank thing. Okay. All right.
You said it's warm.
Yes.
Martha stays near it for right now.
Hot cocoa.
Can we look? If we got a little bit of time before these guys get here, can we fill these gravel trucks up, these dump bucket trailers up, and maybe like make a line of gravel to make it harder for the casualties to get to us or something like that? Like, I don't know. The field outside is probably drivable a little bit. We don't want to get anything stuck, but it'd be kind of nice to build a gravel wall.
Is there any heavy equipment around, Mike? Like bulldozers or anything like that?
I don't think there's anything that's like out here and in working order. There's probably stuff that's in like various stages of being disrepaired and or disassembled in like that mechanical building. There are the trucks here. With some work, you might be able to get one running. And I think there will be a ping on Longbow's specs and on the tablet for whoever has that, like the haptics vibrate on it. That pops up. It's like, ETA 20 minutes from the people who are meeting you here.
Okay. All right. So we got a little bit of time to get a couple more things prepped before they show up. Can we figure out what's in these trucks? I mean, is there like just a
Well, can we try and see if any of the doors are open? Or if casualties are in them, A. B, see if we can get into one of the trucks.
Yeah, you don't end up seeing any casualties in any of them.
Cool.
Doors, if you could jimmy the lock on them somehow, if someone knew how to do a thing like that, then
God.
Who
I'm
has
sure you
criminal?
could. God, if only somebody had a lock picking set that they hadn't,
It's okay that he destroyed that. I think we're all okay with that.
All right. I'm gonna try and open up one of the ones that's the liquid truck.
Okay.
Yes, that's a double 10.
Okay. Yeah, you open it up.
And the keys.
Yeah, the keys. Yeah, the key is like on the floor. No, you get in and you step on the mat, and like the mat is like, this isn't flat. What's going on here? Like you pull it up, and it's like they had put the keys under the mat here.
I can't concur. We do that occasionally.
Yeah.
In and out of functions. I can't concur to that. No,
So
half the time we just leave them in the ignition.
There it is.
This one was like, trying to be subtle about it. And I think there is still like there's a like little glitchy like tablet sized display that's like part of the dashboard there, that will like kind of hiccup and jitters a lot. It's not a lot of use, but it does flicker and say that like, heating element operating at like 90% efficiency, and then it has like a volume of like gallons of like liquid in the back, and it does say liquid asphalt.
Cool.
Whoa.
Very flammable. Very
Whoa.
flammable.
Whoa.
It's what they use to spread down on the highways before they start tarring. It's literally they spray a layer. It's super flammable.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Method. Oh.
So is this something that we should spread on the ground first and then light this on fire, or should we like light it on fire on the way out of a hose? Like when you're talking about flammable, Ash, what do we?
Are you suggesting that we make a flamethrower?
I'm asking.
No.
I'm asking.
I don't remember. My dad used to work on these things. I don't quite remember, but I think it's a sprayer on the back of the trailer. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going off of both player and.
Yeah, it's not meant to like pump it at high volume.
So basically,
Okay.
they lay it
It's
down.
meant
It's
to.
a stream, so we can lay down a layer and then light it, and it'll be a fire break.
Look, if we can get some of this gravel on the ground, we lay this on top of it, because like there's snow out there, right? If we lay this on top of the snow, it's probably not going to light, right?
No, this stuff. Think of like oil on water. So the oil will set on fire, even on water. It's the same kind of situation that we find. But the gravel would make it stickier. It's sticky stuff. So even if we don't get it to light, it's going to probably make them be slow.
Okay.
I'm still a little worried about lighting a fire in a large quantity because we cannot necessarily direct where that fire is going to go if we have another freak weather event like we've had. But we can certainly try and get the truck moving. I'm gonna like climb into the truck, past Longbow if I have to, and like start going through just anything that I can open looking for just like any instructions or anything. Not well, just
So you've decided to drive a truck.
yeah, well, or like the systems manual, the shit that everyone shoves into their glove compartment when they buy a car.
Yep.
And never look at it again until you sell the car.
Fair enough.
And keys or a wallet or just anything in the truck.
Well, Longbow's holding the keys. Yeah.
Well, I meant,
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
The only
The
time
air
I've ever looked
freshener.
at-
I don't care.
I've looked at those for like the door code, and like
Mhm.
the settings you need to reset, but never have I looked at one to figure out how to drive the thing. So this is it.
This will be good.
Tells you what the lights do.
She's not wrong. In the big rigs, she's not wrong. Real quick, while she's doing that, is there like any tools or anything we found in that thing that maybe make a fire break? I'm going off that she comes out of like Cheyenne area, so they've had to deal with wildfires, and like I think it would be natural for it to like to make figure out.
Yeah, there was some stuff in that mechanical building, but it's mostly not in like as far as like big stuff. It wasn't really in like working order. It was stuff that would have to be repaired in order to be like used for that kind of thing. And kind of like the converse side of that is we know that like we've got like under 20 minutes at this point until somebody's showing up.
Right. Yeah, and we have to do, I mean, we can lean on the snow a little bit for this, right? And also like I'd rather deal with a fire than zombies.
When the guys do show up, they will have equipment to help with that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they might need to get started right away, right?
I mean, yeah, but like if the fire, it would suck if the stuff burnt down.
Oh, right.
So I think,
yeah, that would
like, so it'd be one of those situations where I think they would be compelled to help us.
Is there, Mike?
I think as you're panning around Longbow, there is like a moment where like you pan past where like that concrete building is with like the big chemical storage silos on the side of it. And it does get like a fire emoji and then the like circle with a line emoji over at the top of it. And like,
don't burn this. Yeah. Thumbs up. So all right. So that aside, does Mirtha find anything while she's hunting through the truck before we start making plans?
There's a manual in there. There's probably a bunch of paperwork from like shipping, like manifests and stuff like that from different jobs.
So
there's probably a handful of wadded up like tickets that are just like ignored from somewhere along the line. And there are there is a wallet that says "bad motherfucker" on a wallet chain.
Martha picks up some of the book and holds it for a moment. When she hands it to Longbow, the words are still swimming.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You would normally be the person driving. I think
I'm still going to be the person driving.
I mean, it's just a truck, and then, I mean.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. All right.
We should probably figure out how to dump whatever it's got in it first, so we don't accidentally do that. But
right.
Other than that, it's just driving a truck, and then.
So, all right. So we have to do that. We have to figure out how to drain this thing and pick a spot to do that. It'd be nice if we could get some gravel loaded up too, but it doesn't seem like there's any easy way to do that. Like this big tower thing, Mike, it doesn't have like a gravel chute with like a fucking gravel track going. Yeah, I mean, does it have any of that going on? We just back one of these trucks up kind of near and hope we get the angle right to load up a trailer full of gravel.
It might. I mean, there's probably something like that, because like the idea is that like here you would get like all the stuff for.
There'd either be like a bobcat or some sort of front loader, right, or a chute.
Well, once upon a time, yeah.
Yeah.
They did not walk away with some other set of takers in the last 5 years. Like,
right, yeah, exactly.
Or like,
yeah.
So there's probably a mechanism to do that. I don't think like the building itself probably has power at this point, if that's
Sure.
part of like how it would operate.
Okay.
So
Right.
is our recourse to only drop the oil stuff?
It sounds like it. If there's not an easy way to load these things with gravel and then dump the gravel, we got to put oil. We got to put this asphalt stuff just out there on the ground.
And then
Uh,
use the trucks to block the entrance, the openings if we can.
That'd be a good way to do it, I think. I mean, this is just spitballing here at this point, but I mean,
It's the most
blocking off the
logical.
big ones and the little ones. There's a bunch of entrances to block off here. And like we could do one truck each for the street access, but all of these rail lines, we're gonna need to get a little more creative.
Mike, didn't you say
Well-
that casualties couldn't climb like the ones with the dump truck one?
Yeah. The dump bucket
So-
ones, like if you were in the back of it, they couldn't climb up into it.
Okay, so could they crawl under it, or is it like they just couldn't get past it?
They would get around it, and they could possibly end
Mhm.
up underneath it. Especially as there's like a crush of them, like shoving some of them underneath the edges of it and stuff.
Yeah.
But they
we know
wouldn't
that
make it up
fence
the side and
wouldn't-
into the top.
And we know that
Yeah.
fence wouldn't hold a huge mass back.
Yeah, the fence won't last all that long.
I mean, a fence with a couple trucks parked behind it, like pretty
Well,
close
this
to.
Are these
Maybe.
like articulating trucks, or are these like regular dump trucks?
They're
Like, I don't know
they're a semi with a cab and then a trailer that's like the
Okay.
dump bucket trailer.
So Ash would be like, we can always just disconnect the trailers at key points and then put the trucks and like really maximize the blockage that way.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay.
Okay. So I think two of us need to work on dumping all this asphalt out along the north in like a big rainbow, a big arc, right? Maybe 2 layers if we can get away with it, 2 layers, right? Like a far one and a closer one. And I think the 2 of you figure out moving the trucks, moving the trailers, disconnecting. That sounds really dangerous. So we got to be careful there, but that's brilliant.
So I think there will be another ping to the Ubic devices. That's like, all right, probably about 15 minutes, maybe less. We're coming in mild salsa hot. And then there's like a picture of like, there's like 9 casualties following them.
Yeah.
From
Okay,
like the
so
back
we-
of this thing.
Yeah. And do we know which rail line they're coming on? Is it coming from the east?
They're coming in from the west.
They're coming in from the west, so that angled.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can start blocking off the road, the east, and shortening up the northern fence, dropping asphalt, and hopefully by the time we've gotten some of that stuff done, a couple of us can be ready to take care of this group following our workers.
I mean, there's other railroad cars that are on the tracks here inside.
Oh,
like they're
sweet.
not blocking those actual entrances.
Right.
But just to know that like this is not like empty rail here.
Oh,
There's like
okay.
other stuff in this place also.
okay. And there's not a
Um,
locomotive we could use to move shit around.
There's two engines in the shop if you had a truck to move them around it.
Stop.
I do
it.
have a truck. I have a really big one.
Yeah, we have 6 big trucks. All right, Mike.
Mhm.
One of them
Um,
even runs. That's
So this is Heather knowledge. I'll justify what Mirtha's going to do. Mirtha wants to see if the keys that we have work in all of the trucks. And the Heather knowledge comes from I used to work at a heating company where we had fleet trucks and they all had the same key.
Yes.
Key.
So that you only needed to grab one set of keys if you needed to open up a truck. So I'm wondering, Mirtha would just be like, I wonder, since we have this one key, will it work in the other trucks? That's just blind luck on Mirtha's part.
Yeah. Don't
know you can buy fleet keys on the internet?
Yeah.
You can buy TSA luggage keys on the internet too.
Like
you
literally
can buy
the
fleet
ones...
keys for the kinds of keys that operate almost every police car in the country on the internet.
And taxis. They use the taxis and the police cars use a similar, if not the same key, because it's just Fleet Crown Vics.
Jesus.
I mean, now it's
probably
that's how we wound up on a watch list tonight. All right.
We're already on one.
Like, Big Asphalt crew put 80% of us on the flight risk.
That's true.
How many? Well, okay, hold on. It looks like on the map there might only be 2 cabs.
Sure.
I don't know. Are there 6? Are there 6 trucks? Are there 6?
That's it. It says
trucks. I know there are 6 trailers, but are there 6 trucks?
Well, 3 of them are.
It says
the tankers.
Three semis with liquid tanks are parked to the east of the mixing plant, and 3 semis with dump trailers are parked to the south of the mixing plant.
Dope. Yeah.
So I think that there are cabs attached to all of them.
Yeah. So let's figure out if we can drive 2 at the same time or what. Let's see if we can, if these keys work in other places.
You can get them open, right? Like the key opens them. Not all of them are in running condition.
But that would be nothing if we could just push them with one of the other trucks. Like, these places have chains all over the place probably, so tie and move them. My argument is, if nobody else has driving, can I or use foresight or research to figure out how to like putt one around the put it around?
Mirtha's driving.
I have driving.
Yeah.
Do we have the time for? I'm just thinking of.
I have one in drive too.
Okay.
I think I picked that up after last job.
After Mirtha told you that she learned how to drive from the internet.
Deacon suddenly remembered how to just redneck it.
Sure.
He does fine. He's actually +2 if it's 3 on the tree, but it's +1 for everything else. That's
It's like I'm just dying here. I can't drive, and there are trucks.
I made mistakes, okay? And I thought I was able to get Ridge's bounty when I made this character, and I need to survive this because it's going to solve so many problems that I have right now.
You need to survive.
We all got to survive. All right, so we got 2 possible drivers. Do we have the ability to turn on 2 trucks at the same time so that we can get 2 things done at once?
You can turn on the one that had the keys in it because that one does run.
Okay.
We can try messing with other trucks if you'd like.
I would like to try and get a second truck running so that Deacon can also do a job while Mirtha does a job.
Okay. We've got like 12 minutes before somebody else shows up here with casualties in tow. So how much are we trying to do this?
Right.
We should.
We're on a timeline. So
there's a clock running.
Yeah. We're hoofing it. We're hoofing it. If that makes a difference.
Yeah. So I think Ash and Mirtha drive this truck that is running and start laying down this liquid asphalt. Learn how to do it and just try and cover as much of the north as you can.
Okay.
And when you run out, we'll come back and do another one. Maybe we can get two trailers emptied. Deacon, come with me. We're going to try and get another truck running so that we can start blocking off some of these things.
Okay. I also have one in mechanics too. So
look at Deacon.
I've realized I was missing some key redneck ability, and it wouldn't work.
I'm a shade tree mechanic. All right.
Mirtha, just like I think I can drive if you can figure out the other stuff. I could point the truck in a direction and drive that way.
What do I need to roll, Mike? What would I don't have mechanics, but I have foresight and research. And I have a tablet.
Oh, you can roll research with the tablet.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna
just spend
take a few clicks on that.
There you go.
That'll boost it up to 3. Hot diggity. There we go. That's what we needed. 9/3.
Okay, yeah, you definitely find the like, oh, if you need to like do a such and such, and like somebody has uploaded some like random old ass like document. It's like, all right, yeah, if I get on like the letter on the back and I pull the thing, like pull the switch, let's start to do it out. Do it all the way,
I
I'll
get
just
on
spray, and if I just do it part way, then like we'll leave a good trail. Like, yeah.
I'd give the thumbs up. I was like, got it.
Cool. I will go do what Longbow has instructed us to do.
Cool. Yes, we will send the young lady with the concussion to drive the tractor trailer. That'll be good.
You gotta do what you gotta do out
You
here.
do it.
Through,
You
yeah,
can do
through a
it.
field. It's fine.
You gotta do what you gotta do out
Dizzy to
here.
read, not too dizzy to drive.
That's right.
It was so the book was so close,
right.
that it was just hard to focus. There's a big
Half the reason why they
open
tell you
spot.
not to operate heavy machinery is because of traffic. There's no traffic.
It's a big open area. What could possibly go wrong?
Don't say that. It's sorry.
Get my stress tuned up real quick.
Every time we say it. Yeah.
And
This
Deacon and I
loud
are gonna
vehicle.
try and open another truck and run another truck.
Okay.
Preferably one of the gravel dump ones.
So you can get it open, or you could have just like unlocked it with the key from the other truck before, but it doesn't turn over.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna use all of my redneck knowledge and ability to take a look at it and be like, I bet it's that thingy, and I'm gonna start smacking stuff till it works.
Percussive maintenance, yes. Yeah. Roll me a mechanics.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 6/2.
Yeah. No, it's like, oh, it's because this tube connection here is loose. You just got, like, all right, like, rolls over. Yeah. So Mirtha, let's try driving through this like snowy field.
That is a 5/3.
All right. Yeah, we get out there, start making our way around. Ash, you're in the back. You're able to like unhook the thing, start laying down a track of like this liquid asphalt in the back. It's like it's still warm, it's steamy, it smells terrible, but it's melting the snow and it's leaving a nice trail behind y'all. It's like 6 or 8 feet wide. I'm not sure.
They're about
it's pretty good size. Yeah.
I would like to look just around. I know that we have casualties probably following in on the rail. Do I see? We just turned on 2 very loud vehicles.
Yep.
Do I see casualties already, like coming for us already?
You can see movement back in the trees.
Ash, get in the cab.
I mean, would I be able to hear her?
No, probably not over all the shit.
Yeah, because I'm on the back of the trailer. So.
Yeah. The engine and like all the like the spraying asphalt, the machinery, and like the yeah. There's a lot going on here.
But I will advocate that she gets a will for caring about other people. I will advocate for that.
What were your spots? Yeah.
I'm caregiver, caretaker is my spot.
Sure. All right, go for it.
Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. We need all that we can get, so I will advocate for all of us.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right? All right.
So we'll do the number of rounds that Longbow told me to, which I think was two lines. And then
I think there's probably enough in this truck to do like across the entire north edge.
Once?
And then it's gonna, yeah.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to like pull it. I don't want to just end the line right at like the edge of the fence, or
Mhm.
I want to make sure that like any liquid that trails out, like that could potentially light on fire, is away from the fence, so that like we don't leave like a trail back into the compound
Okay.
from the truck leaking, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yep.
A little closer to the trees, I know, but like
I think there's a second where you make that turn, and there's a slight second where Ash is getting ready to jump off and then realizes what you do and go, oh, smart. And then because I'm like, and then shuts off the, like, when she notices that it's dripping, she'll shut it off and give you the thumbs up to go back.
she'd just kind of like out the like window, she'd wave you like up to her. Like she's
Okay.
definitely making the come up here.
Oh, then yeah, she'll jump up and jump
Move,
onto the truck.
move around on the moving semi.
Well, I assume that she had stopped some, but yeah. There's casualties already in the trees.
Okay. I'm gonna make the second round quick, huh?
Yeah.
I'll let the guys know when we get back in there what's up.
Okay.
Cool. I think in the distance, like in the visible distance, you do see like a flock of birds fly out of like an area where there's trees out there along the rail line. Like they're close. They're almost here. Like time's almost up. We got one more trick here. What are we doing? I don't know why I'm preemptively stealing Deacon's accent again.
Yep. Hey, they're almost here. What are we doing?
Yeah, well, let's try and block off a couple entrances to this place. You know, put one of these trailers to keep some casualties from coming in. Or wait, we're putting the trailers by the fence to shore up the fence, right?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's harder to push a fence over with a big old trailer like set behind it.
Yep.
Even if they can, because I mean, then if we can get them like, even if they're spaced out a little bit, like having all that, shoring up is going to keep it from bending in quite so bad too.
Cool, I'm into that.
So where are you trying to move this then? Like up along the north side or where to?
Trying to find the map again.
Oh.
Could you repost it for us, Mike, so it's lower down in our stuff?
Yeah.
Where are they going to be like what letter?
A.
What letter are they going to be working near?
Oh, I don't know where they're working.
A.
Sorry.
So yeah,
Sorry.
definitely
That's where the casualties are coming in.
Oh.
I don't know where the work is going to happen. Apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not actually sure where the work's going to happen or what's going to have to happen for that.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, that's where most of I feel like that north fence, like most of the rail lines are around there. Like unless they're on that weird bendy one for some reason, but like the rails that go like through are around like A-ish. But it's on like the northern side. So I'd imagine near those fences. Just try to shore up some key points. And we've got 3 trailers, so can't do the whole fence. But
Okay. So yeah, pick where we're trying to move this one and who's driving. I think it ends up having to be Deacon.
Yeah, it has to be Deacon.
yeah.
Okay. Then Deacon, give me a drive to see if we can get this thing into the right spot.
Hokely dokely. Oh, 10/8.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. We pull this one up here.
Dice are close to each other.
Set it up next to the inside of this fence that, otherwise it's just gonna like tip over when there's critical mass here. And we're able to like shore that up a little bit. We're gonna have to spend some time to disconnect it and go grab another trailer if we want to move another one.
Yeah, I will spend some time helping Deacon disconnect this trailer. And then I think, hey Deacon, I'm gonna check in on this group coming in. I might try and take on that horde solo.
I
Depending
know
on how
them.
close it is.
I mean, yeah, enough distance. You got the bullets for that?
Yeah, I do.
All right. All right, get after. I'll see what I can get done.
All right. Well, I want to help you disconnect real quick, just so you're not stuck here.
Mhm.
And then I'll,
Yep.
I'll cut.
Let's do it.
So I don't know, like I'm just gonna be an extra pair of hands as he's the mechanic, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can give him a +1 or something like that, but that's what I'm gonna do is just like, hold this or twist that or, disconnect this thing. Right. Try not to kill myself.
Yeah.
in the process.
Let's go ahead and do it as like a +1 on the mechanics check.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a normally be a 9/4. Now it's a 10/4.
Okay. We get it disconnected successfully.
This is on fresh cookies for the web app. This is a new fresh browser.
Yes, good cookies.
maybe I've replenished all my luck.
It's not going to remember and like turn on you halfway through the session, right?
Yes.
The first roll I
That's what I
did was
need to
a
do.
8/8. That was just a fresh one. I wasted that one.
And Mike, my timeline is right here, right? Like they're coming in kind of now-ish, or should I, or do I have time to help him with the next thing too? I
Not
I
really.
know.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
gotcha.
coming now.
All right, cool. Then I
Like
will.
you hear equipment moving on the rails, and it is approaching.
Gotcha.
Presently.
Well, then I'll heft my rifle and go and get a bead on some of these casualties coming in.
Okay. Then there was a spot a little bit earlier where I posted some spoilered links in the channel.
Mhm.
And since that is all now arriving, you're free to look at those. The first one of those. Hey, let's see if I'm allowed to post chats in this Twitch chat.
Should be.
Because good times. All right. So there you go. The DB Class 103 is a Eastern European electric train engine.
Yes.
There is one of those that is in the lead of what's going on here.
Okay.
Behind it is hauling two things behind it.
That first link 401 on me. Just a heads up. Or 404. The tie equipment one.
925 SS.
Changed it.
I bet. Oh, I got it. I got you. Tie equipment right here. Got you.
Yeah, but there's two. There's also a track construction and renewal equipment thing that gets there as well.
Oh, so
I'm
we
on
got
fault
that.
piece.
The track renewal system.
Yeah, that one came up. It was the other one
comes
that
up. That thing looks wild.
and
Yeah.
so loud.
Dude, that looks big. That looks so
It's real big. Yeah.
It's so big.
Oh,
There's 9 casualties following along behind all this stuff, and they're not really like super outrunning them. Like so
They move slow.
Yeah.
This does not look great.
We have to defend that.
This thing is giant.
Like,
Oh yeah,
I
it's
think Martha-
being pulled by
Martha-
this abandoned Easter like where the hell do they even get this like old
Yeah, that's
Eastern
why I'm like, where
European
did they
like
get that?
train
Yeah,
car?
wild.
But thank you, Ronaldus. The detail for this section was incredible. That's literally calls out all 3 of these items.
Thanks, Ronaldus. I think in the truck that they're kind of pulling back in, Martha just kind of seeing it out the distance. Like,
yeah, it's starting to approach the entry to make it into the rail yard here.
she just says to Ash, like, they're going to use that.
Yeah, I guess so.
That looks loud.
Oh no, they're very loud. See, and then she goes into a diatribe of like when she went on a job with her dad.
Martha starts to nod off. It's fake. But she thinks that she'll get away from it if she just like starts.
Yeah, you good? You okay?
Yep, fine. Yep. Oh, look, the guys. Oh, there's Deacon. We should go.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is so crazy.
We'll be fine. She looks in fairly confident, and she's like, "We'll be fine. We're a good crew."
I believe in you guys.
We believe in you.
So yeah, Deacon, you can like haul that one back around to try to like
Sweet.
Attach another trailer to it with another mechanics check here.
What buttons do I click for that?
Mechanics.
Shiny red one.
Yeah, I'm gonna click the big shiny red one that says roll dice. That is no dice, actually, though. It is 3 under 6.
Oh. Yeah, you back it up and you're like, I think I'm lined up, and I think like there's a big like noise.
Yeah.
It's like, is it that just like not lined up at all? Like, something goes real bad there.
Okay. I think at that point, if the cab would still if the cab doesn't immediately just die, it's just gonna pull the cab over against the fence and just cut back to it and just hit something.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit there. It's a fair amount there.
If I didn't
but yeah, I think you get like that like, oh, it's revving, and it's like like kind of like digging into the snow instead of like driving over the snow.
That ain't it.
Like you look out the window, it's like, oh, now the what was there is like the trailer I was trying to back up to is like kind of like a third of the way to the side of where I mounted it to be, and now it's like just like sprayed with mud.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna hop out. Go find somewhere else to be useful.
Job well done. All right. Yeah.
Slap a sticker on the.
Yes.
Mirtha, you're able to pull back in here with like the one that you were taking out around the fence, and like yeah, the train car is this like weird electric engine thing is pulling in with these like huge bright yellow metal rusted machine things in tow.
And I'm shooting casualties. I've been shooting casualties.
Yes. So yeah, I'm giving me a shoot.
Yeah. That is a 10 over 9. Let me spend the bullets. 1 second. Oh my god, excuse me, guys. It's no good. All right. So got one.
Ha! Only 8 more out there. We're good.
Yeah.
I'll take a shot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as it starts to like pull into here, everybody can kind of like convene on that entrance that it's coming in through.
10 over 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd be taking 2 shots if I could.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to mow these things down as fast as possible.
Okay.
While everybody's moving trucks around and stuff like that.
I don't know if I have the range, depending on how far back they are.
They're close enough. Like this thing wasn't moving all that fast, which is how it collected this kind of like a little clump behind them instead of just leaving them behind in the past. Like, so they are of immediate concern.
I missed the first one.
Okay. Deacon, did you want to take a shot?
Yes, I was just checking to see what my ammo looked like. Yeah, I'll start shooting at some.
Okay.
First one's a 7 or 2.
Cool. Yep. All right. So that's three. Three of them are gone. There are still 6 out there.
And if I can be shooting twice around, that's what I would try to do, is try and kill these guys as fast as possible. Or if I could have gotten an extra round in.
Let's do another round, and we'll do it by Blade's rules. If it's a failure, it's 1 tick. Success, 3 ticks. Critical success, 5 ticks. Right? So.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a success.
I had to remember
Okay.
which Blades
Yes.
rules you were talking about.
How'd you feel, clocks? Okay.
Yeah.
I got the success also.
Okay.
All
yeah.
the
We end up
clocks.
taking down the rest of the ones that are out there.
Okay.
Before.
Sweet. I love it. I love clocks.
Yeah.
Miss my clocks, man.
So we are able to see this dinky little engine packed full of like batteries, because originally they're meant for like connecting up to like the suspended wires, but that doesn't happen here in the States. Pull in with like these huge pieces of rail working machinery. Pull in. There is a man and a woman. They're Latino. They hop out. They introduce themselves. Refurb and reperp. Take it you're the Incidentals. Jen said we would meet you out here. Good. Let us take a look around real quick. Everything here's clear. We're good for the moment. Yes.
Yeah.
Refurb and what? I'm sorry.
Reperp.
And just to clarify, we did clean out both buildings.
Yeah,
right?
the two buildings that were out here that you have found stuff in are both empty.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We cleaned up. You're good to walk around.
Yeah. Inside is good, but we're still prepping the field if we can. If I don't know how much of a rush you're in, but we want to prep just a little bit more before we start making a bunch of noise.
I think there is noise starting to come from like the tree line to the north. And you can see like kind of on like the western end of things, there are some motion that you can spot through the trees, and on the eastern end there is more motion through the trees. And then there's more motion back there, but you can't really make out what all's going on there.
Will we be in your...
It's like, well, first we need to take a look around real quick and try to figure out what it is that we need to do, and how we're going to need to do it.
Can we block off the train, the western part of the yard where you just came in through? Or will you need to continue to get back and forth?
So as a GM, I'll tell you not to. Okay? Because they're going to offer you a choice in a moment, and that's going to start to influence things.
Okay, great. So, love it.
Hey, don't spend your effort doing things that I'm about to undo on you, because I'd feel rude, and I don't want to do that.
Well, thank you for the warning. I appreciate you.
Yeah, they will ask, like, hey, can a couple of you like come with us as we like walk the yard here and figure out what it is that we need to do and figure out the da. And they will proceed to kind of like move quickly with you guys as like Overwatch, as they're seeing where there are leftover pieces of railway equipment, and where they are on the rail lines and what's going on.
Can we divide our tasks just a little bit? Maybe me and Ash will go with the two of you, and Mirtha and Deacon, can y'all maybe see about hooking up the next liquid trailer, that kind of thing? You got some mechanics, you have some drive. Can you guys work on that while Ash and I walk with these two? Okay.
I'll stick with Deacon.
Okay. We want to get this done quick, so we're going to split up a little bit.
Right.
Kind of talking to perp and reperp.
Cool. Reperp and reperp.
Yeah. The names.
Yes. So they kind of work through the yard, kind of taking a look at this stuff. Mirtha and Deacon, if you want to make a mechanics check to try to swap out trailers.
That's Deacon.
Go for it.
Yeah. 11 over 8.
Cool. All right. You get it hooked up to another trailer. It's going to be another drive check to get it out there, and you're going to need somebody to open the back, which wasn't the part that Mirtha was doing.
Can I explain to Deacon how to do it real quick? Or okay.
The big red leather? Yeah, big red lever.
Yeah. Pull that one, but pull it only a quarter, because if you don't, you're gonna dump the whole content out.
Yeah.
All right. Pull it a quarter. Yep.
I saw casualties already in the trees, so be careful.
Yeah. So if you want to give me a drive check, you can.
10 over 3.
Cool. Yeah, you go out, you lay down another strip, so it widens out your base here. You're able to make it back inside, and kind of like everybody's able to like come back together with the people, refurb and refill here. So they have been able to survey quickly where things are at here and what's going on, and where there's like, oh, there was broken stuff over here, and there's some damaged line over here, and there's stuff here. Like, well, we got a couple options. We'll lay them out for you. Your options are good, fast, or cheap. The good option is the tracks need to be cleared and inspected to make sure metal fatigue from years of stalled freight hasn't warped the tracks to a point that could endanger Jed Jones's shipment. To accomplish this, they need to repair an engine from the parts available in the building, fuel it, couple it to loose cars, do a bunch of stuff, and then do a bunch of mechanical stuff with their machine that will like pull up the rails and mechanically knock out the wooden pilings underneath and replace them. So
how long
that's
will that
quiet.
take? How long will it take?
It will take time. Like this is the long term. That's the best solution. That is taking a section of track that we're not sure how it is and fixing it so we know exactly how it is and knowing it's safe. Right? Fast is that there are other cars here blocking the way, right? So the shipment can't come directly through here because there's too many other cars in the rail yard in the way. We can't snake through between them. Like something has to move. So the fast option is that they can couple all the cars onto the main line, back the whole procession down the line to the west, and then attempt to push it into the rail yard here and derail it by hitting one of the junctions.
Oh, just to get it off the rail.
Yes, to get all these things off the rail entirely. One of the options...
Also not quiet.
Also very not quiet, and it's going to go one of two ways. One, it's going to shove a bunch of railway cars into what remains of the crude oil tanks. Or it's going to shove a bunch of railroad cars through the concrete plant.
I mean, that's fine with me.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
The third option.
Oh, a third option.
No, there's a third option. The third option is cheap. The third option is they line up all these railroad cars. They connect them all. They get them onto the main line. They push them out to where there's another junction. They pile railroad ties in front of them. And they set a device on the junction that says, as soon as X number of cars have crossed me, switch the track. So that when it's time for Jed Jones to send his train through here, his train comes through, hopefully hits the pilings, not destroying his own engine, pushes all these, which sets off the timer, the switch counter, which pushes them onto a side rail, at which point it switches before his train goes down that rail, and then they're pushed out of the way and he's fine.
I don't think he's gonna like that third option. If I had to guess.
It's fun. They all have a little paragraph at the end. Under cheap, it says, a lot can go wrong with this plan, and it's questionable whether or not Jed would even consider the job completed under this arrangement.
I can see why, to be quite honest. Yeah.
Fast, for fast, where they're talking about, like, you line them up and we derail it to one side or the other. It does say, suicidally reckless, wasteful, and uncertain. At least this option is quick.
And then the paragraph for the good.
For good, it starts out with while this would be the long-term safest route for the shipment, every task after the engine's initial repair is deafening and accompanied by a fireworks show of sparks and smoke. This option is the most difficult to protect.
Sucks. Ronaldus.
I like how we don't even get the we don't even get the triangle of options, right? You can have it good and fast, you can have it good and cheap, or you can have it, fast and cheap. But
it's not pick two. It's you get one.
You pick one.
Yeah.
You get one.
Can we take a break?
Yes.
Here.
Yes, we can stop here with the knowledge that as we make this decision and decide wherever it's going to go, when we start, there will be 3 mobs on their way.
Jesus Christ.
Yay.
You're going to love where it goes after that. So that's...
Right.
So, quarter past here, so we're back about 5 of?
9 o'clock. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have a lot of fun, right?
Right.
Good times. But the
Yeah.
job pays, and plus all that money from Skeeters.
Oh yeah, this is gonna work out
Skeeters?
just fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. You're gonna love it. All right, we'll be back in 10 then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo.
Hello again, everyone on the internets. We're back. So, we're here. We're in this rail yard. Refurb and Repurb are here. They have laid out their options upon the table. We can do this good, fast, or cheap. Some of these are going to be acceptable to Mr. Jones because you're nasty. Some of them are not going to be acceptable to Mr. Jones because you are still nasty.
Yeah.
And we know that already, based on the noise of what happened when they were coming here, they drew in a bunch of 9 casualties with them. There are casualties already headed through the trees based on the noises that have been going on here with operating trucks and people arriving and spraying hot asphalt in the snow, as opposed to big asphalt in the snow. But,
I don't think we ever had.
There's 2 strips. There's 2 lines. That's big asphalt, right? It's like, yeah, we're good. All
I think we did.
Inside
we
joke
got
accomplished.
There were 2 lines with the first truck, and I think we went through and did a third with the second truck.
I think it was 1 with each.
Oh, okay. Either way.
Yeah. So
Poured it
yes,
off.
we have a good layer up there to give us a strip around the fencing on the north side here. So they have laid out the options upon the table. Good, fast, or cheap. How are we gonna do it?
I think Longbow. It's Longbow and Ash having this conversation, right?
Yeah.
With them. Longbow's like, this good option. Is this going to take like days?
No,
What's your?
we're gonna be here for a while, but depends on how many ties we're gonna have to replace and how big the section of track we're gonna have to replace is. But
Right.
it's gonna be. It's not so much that it's gonna take a long time, but like the Repurb, she leans on like the big machine here. She like kind of pats it on the side. She's like, but once we get this guy going, it's gonna be a fireworks show for anybody's gonna be able to see.
Okay.
And
How much?
Any neighbors are gonna be real pissed off.
Yeah, I got you. So how much? If we go with a good option, are you get started right away with that light work show, or do we have a little bit of time?
Like, well, Based on the noise we make just traveling around, we know stuff's going to be coming. And
Right.
as long as we're working on it, more stuff's going to be coming. So
Okay.
kind of like eyes you up and down and like looks at the rifle slung across your chest.
All right.
No offense. Hope you're as good as Jed said you are. So
yeah. Well, let's just keep everybody safe. The ride you came in on, you probably want that on an open line out.
yeah.
Okay.
Like we didn't know nobody can afford for this gear to not leave again with us.
Yep, I got you. We're gonna make
The
sure that
price
happens.
the price tag for that is
No, it's gonna happen. We are all gonna get out of here, but I just want to make sure of it. So this good option feels like the one that Jed is paying us all to do, and feels like if we do any of these other things, he might have negative opinions of me in a way that I won't survive. So I think the good option is the way we have to go for it.
all right. Well, it's like they nod once themselves. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the thing, mess with it. So we're gonna have to turn all this stuff around by pulling it off to one of the sides here and back on. And then we're gonna like hook that other engine that's over there onto the back end of it. So we have an engine on each end to hold everything in place. And all our gear that's like trying to do all the grinding and stuff is gonna be in the middle. So we gotta get started and shit's gonna get loud. But...
All right. Well, if you need us to reposition or something, tell us. But otherwise, we're going to be real busy for a little while. Okay. Give us a burp burp if you want to talk to one of us.
Okay.
Because you have the train horn. Just toot toot, and we'll come. All right. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to stay out of your hair.
Okay.
Good luck. And then I'm leaving.
Don't mind my friend. He's good.
Have y'all seen Black Hawk Down when the guy's like, so and so's dead, good luck, and then he like leaves? I want that to be the scene. I want that to be the energy of like, good luck, and I'm out. I got things to kill, and you're now wasting my time.
Ash just like,
okay.
Look, you leave, and Ash looks back at him, and I was like, we'll be all right, and follows you out.
I need to catch up to Deacon and Mirtha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are Deacon and Mirtha?
I think finishing putting bringing that truck back in.
Okay.
And just stowing it for the moment.
Okay.
I think they're like still in the cab together, and Mirtha just looks at him. Deacon, I'm scared.
Oh, that's good. That's there to keep you alive. If you weren't scared, that'd be a worse problem, I think.
She just kind of gives him a look like,
it's confident people are the ones that step on landmines.
I feel like that's a dig.
No, it's just an observation, really. The fellow that's too scared to go in the minefield never steps on one, does he?
He went into one for me.
Yeah, and I'm an idiot, so what does that tell you?
What's our escape plan if we get overrun?
It's a good question. Kind of the first time I'm thinking about it. I guess pick a cardinal direction and run like hell.
You and me together, right?
I mean, unless I'm being dogpiled by, the Watsons or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Longbow,
Can
you
you
definitely
run?
get like a ping in your Ubik specs.
Oh, I think Deacon was saying something. I'm sorry. What was that, Ethan?
Just the general, can you run?
It feels like I'm walking on glass. But that, like you were saying, that adrenaline thing will take over and I probably won't feel it. I'll be okay.
I mean, I seen a vector run. I seen a vector run its legs off. So hopefully you can get some of that juice going. And
Yeah,
can
the
get you out of here,
vector.
but-
Yeah. Be safe, please. More
yeah,
safe
we'll get the
than
job
me.
done.
Okay. Then she'll get out of the cab.
Longbow, in your Ubix specs, there's like a little pop-up with like a little video feed that shows up. And it is a high angle feed of the area. But then like you can zoom it in to like be bigger to see what's going on. And it zooms in on the tree line, and there is like stuff breaking the tree line heading for that fence right now. Like stuff is 5 shambles away from the fence and being in this area right now.
Okay. So we gotta light the outer ring on fire now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't actually have a
What was our plan for lighting it on fire?
how am I gonna do that? We need to go get something on fire, run out there and do it.
We got military tracers. All our bullets got tracers.
No, this isn't like a big fuel air bomb fire that's gonna like like you gotta
We
get out
gear
there.
up like Shadowrun here. Come on. That's
I mean, I have pretty good aim.
Yeah. So okay. I want to
I mean, I've done it before.
Martha's big at Viking funerals.
Right.
It's how I made extra money in the past.
Yeah,
Well-
unlimited money was not enough.
Yeah, we need
Swan,
to
Swan Lake only does so many shows a week. You need to have
That's right.
something else you can.
Yeah.
When the Ren
So-
Fair's open.
yeah, so we need we need somebody to light that thing on fire. I mean, like we can make a fire. Like we have all the stuff to
How do we get it out there though?
right. Well, we have that truck, right? We just drive it out real quick and just like run out there, light that thing on fire, drive a little ways, light the next bit on fire, and then just run away from the casualties.
So
Maybe hit a few of them.
Maybe
This is-
sideswipe a few. Yeah.
This is all way more complicated than where I thought.
I
that
was like,
headed with
so
Martha.
Ash pulled.
Oh
like,
yeah, I mean if we can
takes
shoot this
some
thing
of
and it lights
her-
on fire, that's awesome.
I
was
was
like-
thinking like, yeah, you dunk a rag and some of that stuff on your
Yeah.
bow and you
I was
launch
like,
it over
Ash
the
was
top.
like,
there you go.
That's
I'm into
what
that.
I was
Ash takes
thinking.
stuff.
See, I was hearing incendiary rounds, like incendiary rounds.
Yeah, but that's just Casey coming out. And
okay.
so like obviously Ash would be like, rip, go to the trailer, dip, and hands it to Martha. It's like you can hit that shot, right?
Yeah.
There
Just
you go.
thinking bullets this whole time. I'm sorry, guys.
Right.
I'm slow on the uptake.
That's on me. I'm sorry, David.
I think you're probably gonna have to move through part of that area where it is like where these crude oil tanks like burned into the gunk that is out here.
Okay,
And it's an athletics check to move through there.
I'll do it.
Well, Mirtha's the one who has to get into position to be able to make the shot. Like otherwise, like the concrete building, it's like it's way far away. Like you got to get up to a nearer position, and it's part of this gunked up
Athletics?
industrial waste. Yeah. And ration, da. Red markets.
It's a 4/3.
Okay.
I had to check
yeah,
what
you're-
I had to check what my score was.
Went that well. Okay. Yeah, you're able to like move up through that area and like stuff and like it's sticking to like the boots that you're wearing and stuff, but like
Away from the group, Martha's like wincing a lot. Away from everybody though. Like they can't see me right now.
Yeah.
So the plan was to try and get the furthest one on fire.
they
Right.
probably are like close enough that like they kind of touch. If you hit one strip, like you're gonna hit like the whole. Like,
We
I
have-
thought we were trying to leave it out as like a wide strip that they would have to cross.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll light a match and try not to set myself on fire and shoot an arrow at
The ground. It's easy to hit.
You have a space roughly the size of 3 football fields in an arc.
I'm gonna flip those dice. I'm gonna use a will to flip those to make that a 13/1.
Okay. Fair. Okay.
So it looks, you know what? It looks awesome. I mean, I just maxed out my scores, so
There's probably Mirtha has to like get across this gunky area, and then you like probably have to do the thing where it's like, I can't shoot it straight. There's a fence, but then I like you shoot it up, and it's like just and like up into the air, and she just like turns around and starts walking back as it like lands behind her. The fire goes out. Like.
Cool chicks don't have to look at explosions.
That's right. I'm like, Ubik's shot. That's good. That's a good action shot right there. Mirtha walking back, bow, fire. The incidentals. Like that's our
next promo.
Yeah.
Do you say that out loud, David?
No,
Oh,
I don't
man.
tell anybody I'm doing this. Just do it.
Literally, that should be a good. That's a positive spot for our next negotiation. Just hold that video up and just be like, any other questions, sir?
Look, we got
this is our archer. Let me tell you about all the things she does. Two shot at a man.
Yeah. When we all get back together, I have a little thing that I want to say to the group before, Mike, we do anything if we can.
You have limited amount of time to do that. Yes.
Cool. I'll just say, all right, guys. Plan is obviously keep everything clean as we can. I kind of sold this cement tower to get us some air cover. So some drones are showing up. If it goes south, we hitch a ride with these guys on their trail. If it goes way south, goes south across the river. Okay. That's our way out of here. Let's go kill some bad guys. And then I'm leaving.
Go team.
Why Reggie put him in charge of the open field?
Let's go. Let's shoot some
All
zombies.
right. Let's have everybody roll initiative.
Martha's just thinking.
End of initiative order.
Just thinking on what was just said. That's all. Just
that is straight up dismissive, right? Like, if they dead, we go.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, get that will. Get that will.
If you're okay with that, Mike, I just it's like, look, we try to survive, but if they don't make it, we can't take their ride. We're going this way.
Mirtha's pause was on that I sold this.
Oh yeah.
Fair for enough. Other stuff, and I think she knows that's not true. Maybe.
I mean, it is true. That is literally true. I was like, you want this tower?
So yeah,
you have to give me something.
That is true. I think she knows who you sold it to.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
That's probably more like it.
There you go. Yeah, I've been careful not to lie to you guys. just
fair. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Just say the amount that I can't say. Oh man.
I got a 12/2. I got 12.
You just rolled the black die.
Just the black
die plus
12.
speed.
I'm feeling good. I just wanted to say that because they're probably the best roll that I got for the rest of the night now that we're in combat.
I got it.
8.
Can I get you 2 to roll off?
So 3.
8.
There you go.
Okay.
It's you.
I got 5.
Longbow and Deacon. Okay, so yeah, order is Ash, Mirtha, Longbow, and Deacon. So yes, out at the tree line, breaking through. If we like move to like the somewhere where we have a vantage point here, which is a good question. Where are we going here? Because you want to be able to keep an eye on Refurb and Repurp to keep them safe, keep them protected. They're the only people who know how to operate this equipment. And yet you need to be in a position where you can also try to keep zombies away as much as possible in advance. Their spot is probably like dead in the center of the yard here. Of course, all right, where
Right.
they have to pry up this section of rail and knock out the timbers underneath and replace them with this big machine that does that.
Can
All
we
while
get
like grinding the surface of them to make sure they're solid and operable.
onto the circles in A? Or are those piles?
Those are the blown up crude oil tanks. Like that's the stuff that's all gunked up and like oh nobody wanted to have kids because they're hanging out here. Like it's like
How far is the tree line from C? Like, is that in range for us? If I was at the top of C.
If you're on the top of the towers OIC, you would definitely have a full view of everything that's here. For a bow, that's probably going to be pretty extreme edge of range.
Okay. I did buy long range on the bow.
Okay.
I mean, also physics, but I did buy long range on the bow. So
Yeah, because you have the extra height to just get you a little bit
yeah.
That's why you want to be in a castle, not on the ground during a siege.
Yeah. Or you know what? You said there's a bunch of boxcars around, right?
There's a few scattered around. I think they wound up having to like shove a bunch of stuff kind of out of the way using their engine. There are also the gray piles marked D on the map, which are about 20 feet tall and like 45, 60 feet wide piles of like gravel of various sizes.
That doesn't sound smart to stand on.
Well, it's not something that casualties are coordinated enough to like walk up, right? Like they're gonna end up hitting the bottom and like falling over and stuff while you're on top.
If we have casualties at D, we have a far bigger problem.
Well, I think that that's probably going to happen. I think that's
So-
probably going to happen.
Did you say we had stuff coming from the east also?
Like the all to the north along there is where there's woods that stuff is going to be coming in from.
Okay. I think I'm looking at the map, and I think I would take where the first juncture is, just on the east side. I think I would take up like a kneeling position and be right there for the time being, with the understanding of falling back to B, B or D, wherever everybody shouts me to fall back to. But I think Ash would be towards that. That's why I would set up. That way I have north to east, and I can just scan that area, that coordinate.
Okay, so you're like east of where B is at, but like along like the main tracks that run
so like
through?
when you see that first juncture in, she would be in that area. So in between where you see A, and then you go to east, use it in between those two tanks. She would
Like
be
where
back on that juncture.
Okay, like those two tanks on the east end. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're moving through that area, like up there where like those tanks are, it's an athletics check to be there.
No, I'm staying on the tracks, but I think it would give me enough to see anything coming through the fire or anywhere coming east, like going around, like it's starting to figure out its way. I'm just covering that coordinate. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, there's also going to be a big tank there that's going to block some of that view, but like you've got a lot of area there.
Maybe Ash, you're in that corner pocket where like you're beyond the rails, but you're behind the fence in that top right corner of the yard.
Oh yeah. Okay, that works.
And then I'll be in the top left corner.
Okay.
And I'll be doing the same thing. Like I'll be checking west and
northwest. Yeah, west and north. I'll be doing north to east.
I think Deacon's probably gonna want to stay kind of not too close to refurb and repurp, but like more central to where if anything gets in, he's immediately on that. Like, so if they're working around those like main tracks or whatever, then he'll be kind of in the yard, but like probably looking, because there's those entryways on the southwest and the southeast. He'll be looking for stuff that, you know, straggles its way out there and tries to get in. So we've got fire and 3 people looking vaguely north.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to cover that side.
I still think that I want to cover from C, because you guys are on that north end and I should be able to shoot across the yard if I have to. So I can, from C, it sounds like I have a 360 around the camp. And then I think she'd also like say to Deacon, like, if I go all the way up there, I'm not a liability on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Whatever she-
apologize. I think I need to call this again. I
Okay.
have stuff going on downstairs that I need to go help with.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh,
hey,
sorry.
this frankly is a good stopping point because we have kind of picked where we're going to be, and next time we just get to start shooting stuff and seeing what unfolds.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh!
Right.
Here,
Bye,
I'm
everybody.
gonna hit the raid button so we have a
Okay.
place to go. We're gonna raid good old Gen Con TV.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm not allowed. All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. All.